Hello and welcome to another PlayStation 3 review. Today the game we're going to be reviewing is Ridge Racer 7, and for those of you keeping score, it is BCES 00009. So Ridge Racer, I have played Ridge Racer but not since, if I'm honest, probably not since the original PlayStation days, so this might be a bit of a new one on me as well. So yeah, I mean, Ridge Racer 7, you know what you're going to expect with these sorts of games, really. So let's look at the statistics first. 1 to 2 players, 847 kilobytes minimum of hard drive space, 6-axis, motion sensitive, and HD 720p, 1080i and 1080p in PAL. Network features and network players, but again we're not interested in that. And it's PEGI 3+, so another children's game, I suppose. So presumably that means it's so easy, this game, a 4-year-old could do it. So let's have a look, see what's in the package. Lovely. Ooh, actually that disc, let's see if this even plays, because the disc looks a bit grubby. I might give it a quick clean before I put it in the console. So we've got the instruction book here with a Namco race girl on the back, and again it is literally an instruction book, no fancy artwork or anything like that, just tells you how to actually play the game. Although this, funny enough, I thought all the early release games would be somewhat budget games, but this one was relatively expensive. I think. I got it on a bit of a deal because I bought it on eBay. But I think the retail price for this, if you go to like CEX or somewhere like that, is over £5, maybe even nearer sort of £8 or £9. And I'm going to have to check up on that. But I got this for about £4 something on eBay, and I was pretty sure I got a deal with that, to be perfectly honest. Could be wrong, but you know. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about this other than let's hope it's as good as I remember the Ridge Racer games being, and let's see how it plays. Ooh! Brilliant, a loading game. I didn't realise Namco games still did this. I assume if you win at this you get a extra car or something. I don't know. Oh, bombs as well. Brilliant. Hee. I'm sure I've played this game before, but I can't think what it is. Ah, these are great, these things. Anyway, we're not here to play this, so I'll just get on with Ridge Racer.
Ridge Racer.
Yep.
Welcome to the world of Ridge Racer.
Okay. Player information received. What? Yeah, sure, who cares? Later? Right, okay. I don't, right. Okay, well, we... What do we do? I suppose we just go to this option, don't we? Ridge State Grand Prix.
Welcome to Ridge State, the home of drift racing.
Drift racing.
Events are held in Ridge State by the official racing association, the UFRA.
All right.
Among them, the premier racing event is the Ridge State Grand Prix. Clear the first 13 Grand Prix series and win the final state Grand Prix to become the Ridge State champion.
Okay.
First, you must build a relationship with a machine manufacturer in the
Oh.
and acquire a machine. More races become available as you win races and increase your fame.
Right.
Use credits won in UFRA single events to upgrade and customize your machines.
Okay. I'm not sure about this now.
Please enjoy your stay in Ridge State.
Thanks. Okay, I'll enter the... Right, okay. Suppose I'll do the trial. Before. Okay. Yeah. I should probably turn the background music off. Right, I'm wondering now if this is a lot like the Formula One game in that
Racers, welcome to Lakeshore Drive.
I have to qualify for everything.
3, 2, 1, go!
Well, oh, I am actually racing. Well, that's all right then.
Awesome.
Ooh,
See you at the finish line.
that is very twitchy. They've got the Akira motorbike race style headlights on.
Sorry.
Whoa, this is a bit... When they said drifting, they weren't kidding. No, this is alright though. This is just like a... Whey! Like an arcade racer. Stop drifting for a minute. Wow, get off the...
2 laps to go.
That sort of drifting mechanic is really irritating, actually. Yeah. I mean, I can't really fault the controls. The cars are just a bit... I mean, I suppose that's the way racing games were at the time, was everything was drifty. Because that was a big thing 10 years ago.
Nitrous on standby.
So every time you let go of the accelerator or push on the brake, the car drifts all over the place for no reason. Like that. Whee! I mean, I suppose it helps to flick it round corners, but then you get to a straight bit and you can't straighten up properly.
Okay, it's the final lap.
I'm sort of getting used to it now, I think. Yeah, so how many laps have I got left? Who knows? But I'm in front. And it was relatively straightforward, I suppose, to get in front, so... still drifting. Yeah, this isn't too bad. This is a nice sort of game. I mean, this does seem a bit easy. Because I'm obviously far faster than everyone else. Even though for the first 2 laps I couldn't really get into the controls. So maybe the default setting is easy mode, I don't know.
Finish.
Excellent.
Have I finished? No, I haven't. Have I? Yes, I have. Mm, 10,000 credits though, that's not bad. What? Why, have I missed something? Okay. Yep. Suppose. Am I doing like a career mode or what? Or is this just one season? Or was that a trial? Or okay, good. Right. Okay. So I got 1 point. Ah. And a Fiera. So does that mean I own the car now, or what? Can I race? Yeah, okay. So should I just do the Grand Prix then? Yep, not cleared. Confirm machine, yep. Machine connector. Don't know what that means. Yep. Select BGM off.
The race is about to begin.
Okay. So, Nitros, apparently, I have. Right, let's see how well I do in a race. Right, so 7 of 8.
Okay, let's go.
No, doesn't feel as fast this time, so the races are obviously proper. Yeah, no, this feels like the old Ridge Racer with a bit more challenge. So, outside line and drift in. No, that didn't work. Thought as how drifting worked, you took the outside line and then drifted across the... Whoa! Straighten up, you git. No, that definitely doesn't work. I wonder how NOS works. Do I have... What's the NOS button? Is that it? No, that's brake. That's view change. I don't know what the NOS is if I've got it. And the car in front is too far ahead now. Well, at least it does show that the races are more challenging than the qualifying, which is good, because the way Gran Turismo used to work it and other games of that ilk is that to qualifying for the races was more difficult than actually doing the races. So at least they've got it the right way round with this game. I'm not keen on coming last place, but I'm not already. I mean, obviously I'm going to compare it to the other racing games I've played recently, but already I'm having more fun with this. Not as much fun as I did with MotorStorm, but more fun than I did with the Formula 1. So that's a good sign. Because by this point in the game, I think the Formula 1 game had already irritated me to the point where I just didn't care. And I'm not saying I'm the best at these racing games, but I'm pretty sure my performance on this is down to my skill levels and not much else. So the fact that I just got past there was because I fucked up on the corners. It's got nothing to do with the car being terrible or the control being terrible. Alright, that drifting mechanic is still a bit rubbish, but my performance in this race I just know is actually down to what I'm doing and not down to some sort of AI cheat method or something like that. It's down to the fact that I am not drifting as well as I could be. You know, it's down to my racing and cornering ability more than it is anything else. No, that's how to do it. But that is not. That first corner was alright. This one, I keep messing up on these grassy corners for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's just all about trying to hold it just so.
Go for it.
And I am not obviously very good at doing that. But yeah, I don't get the feeling there's a cheat going on here. This is all genuinely down to me. And I think if I'd held the corners properly, that could have been a lot better. Wow, though, to be fair, that guy in first, 12 seconds in front of everyone else. Now that must be down to car, because you're not in a 3-lap race to do 12 seconds ahead. I think, yeah, even the best driver isn't going to be able to do that. But it is actually letting me progress to the next race, so we'll give that a go. And to be honest, I do get the feeling that probably 2 races will be enough for me to make a judgment on this game. But we'll see how I fare. Oh dear, I should have... yeah, BGM off. Oh, you can just do that. Look, that's clever. I think I got a bit of a dodgy start there. But again, down to me.
See you at the finish line.
I have to sort of try and pay attention to the layout of the track, because
Watch out.
got another corner coming up here. Ah, no, that was a drift. Did you see? Chicane coming up? No, it's not a chicane. It's actually a corner.
Nitrous ready.
I'm trying to pay attention to the road and the map. It is quite difficult playing driver and navigator. Oh, that looked like a bigger corner on the map than it did, than it actually was. So, no need to drift around that one. But no, I think now that I'm getting into the rhythm of how to corner, ooh, get out of the way. This is turning out not too bad. I was a bit wary when I had to do that first test thing. But whoa! But other than that, the racing actually seems reasonably straightforward, and obviously you can, after you've done one little test, just jump in and race. I still don't like the drifting, but I can live with it because this is actually turning out to be... Obviously it's going to turn out to be more fun when I'm towards the top of the listings than in 8th place, but yeah, this isn't actually too bad. The physics feel okay. I mean, maybe a bit flighty. Get off. But I think once I sort of get the hang of this drifting mechanic, I think I'll be pretty set.
You're in first place.
Yeah.
Final lap.
Thank you. I know I'm in first place, but the trouble is, it just this sort of suffers from the same problem that the ones on the original PlayStation suffer from. At top speed, you just never feel you're going all that fast. It does sort of just look like you're coasting. Do you know what I mean? And I keep bringing it to Gran Turismo because, well, basically because all racing games are compared to Gran Turismo, aren't they? I mean, it's like all platformers being compared to Mario, really. It's sort of the thing that's absolutely genre defining. And yeah, I should pay attention to what I'm doing rather than talking. But when I'm playing Gran Turismo, it does actually feel like I'm going fast, whereas this, it just sort of doesn't. Everything,
You're almost at the
do you know what I
finish
mean?
line.
It doesn't feel like 230 kilometres an hour. Oh, come on. Did I just get there? Did I just get there in
You
first?
finished first. 10 points awarded.
Oh, brilliant. See, I couldn't have planned that. That was a photo finish, that was. Oh. Is that the points I get? That can't be the points I get. I don't know what that number is. So, obviously first, and then me, but what does 765 mean? Is that... I don't know what the 7... No, so 13 is the points I got, so what does 765 mean? I don't know. Right, have we perhaps got time for another race? I sort of want to give it a go. Yeah, I'll continue to the next race and then that'll do it. But I think I've already... I think I've already made my mind up about this game. And to be fair, the loading isn't too bad on it either. And that was... I keep bringing it back to the original ones because that was the last time I played Ridge Racer. I'm pretty sure it was on the PlayStation 1. And oh my god, the loading times on that. Some of them were silly. You know, you spent longer for the race to load than it was to do the race. But these ones aren't too bad. Now this is a bit of a wider track it seems, so the drifting should be a little bit easier here. Oh, yeah, but I don't want to lose all my speed by smashing into the arse of somebody. Like that. Just give him a hefty speed boost. Right, get round the inside and drift. Well, that wasn't much of a drift, but then he did knock my back end as I was going round, so... But yeah, I think now that I've got the hang of cornering pretty much, this is, I mean, it is obviously an arcade racer. It's not like Gran Turismo where you have to kiss every apex in order to get round. This is an arcade racer because the physics just, it is. But so pretty much it's accelerator all the way and only brake just before the corners and drift your way round is the easiest way I can describe how to actually get round the corners in this game. But it does sort of seem to work, and provided you can keep a balance between the drift and trying to steer the car in the right direction like that, it seems to, you know, as long as you can correct the drift once you finish turning, it seems to work. It's a bit fiddly, I won't deny that. It is a bit fiddly, and I imagine that if I was actually using a racing wheel for this game, I think it would make it even more difficult. But the fact that I'm using a control pad to do it makes it slightly more straightforward. Yeah, I wouldn't fancy playing this game with an analog racing wheel, let's put it that way, because I think your arms would be very tired. The trouble is, as well, it is a bit dull being in first position. You know, you do tend to get a bit road blind when you're in first position, when you haven't got something to sort of aim at, when you haven't got a rival to go after. You know, not like on a real road. If you're driving around, it's not that easy to lose your concentration. But on these sorts of games, once you're in first position and there's nothing really to focus on, you do tend to get a bit road blind. Oh well, I do anyway. Maybe that's just me. Whoa! Damn it! That was... I see. Nearly lost it. That's the only problem I find with games like this, is I do tend to get a bit road blind when I'm in front.
This is the final lap.
I wonder how many laps I've got left, because I imagine this is quite boring to watch. Like I say, being in front does actually reduce the excitement of this game somewhat. But then that might be different had I been playing the background music. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe there's some Aphex Twin or something that makes me feel like a boy racer. I don't know. But I imagine not. I imagine because it's a Namco game, it's all going to be Japanese progressive thrash bands that I've never heard of. Yeah, I'm getting a bit lazy with my steering now because I'm in front, but ooh, see, look, not paying attention. Didn't see the
Here comes the
turn until I was nearly on it. And that's, again, part of the sort of...
Finish.
Yay! I'm the drifting god. Whoops. Till I hit a wall. It's difficult seeing what you're doing with a big finish in front of your face, though. Right, so 765. Is that like my world ranking or something? Because surely after winning 2 races in a row, my world ranking should go up. I don't know. Oh, but hang on, I might be at the top of the list now, because that other guy, that Gnade Magnifico, came in 7th, so... yeah, I'm top of the leaderboard. Hey, look at that. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up here and... oh, I've got loads of credits too. I don't know what that does. I'm going to return to the top menu. And if I can save it, because I might well come back and play this later. I might not, I might just not bother, but... okay. For the moment, I'd quite like to, just in case, because I seem to be doing quite well without really meaning to. Okay, what's this? Oh, an email. Okay. So you can do single events too. So this is a bit like the sort of arcade Gran Turismo, I suppose. Right, how do I save, or has it done it automatically? Oh, what have I done? Oh, maybe I can... yeah, so that's how to save. So I'm just going to do that. Yes. Oh, it has saved. Okay, fine. Right, so I will see you back in the real world, because I think I'm finished doing some playing, and yeah, I'll see you back there. So, Ridge Racer 7. This was actually surprisingly fun. And I am... One thing that absolutely thrills me is when I play one of these Namco games and I realise they still have the little arcade loady screens from the PlayStation. This is just nostalgia for me, because I think Ridge Racer, not Ridge Racer as Ridge Racer Revolution, I think, was probably one of the first racing games I played. Oh no, I played Wipeout before I played Ridge Racer, but it was one of the first car racing games I think I played on the original PlayStation, and that had Galaxian, I think, that was on that one, or Gallagher, or something. It might be Gallagher that was on that. But I love the fact that it's got the little opening arcade game on that. I think it's just wonderful that Namco does things like that. But anyway, on to the actual game. Now, this, as I said in the video, this didn't impress me as much as MotorStorm did, but it did impress me more than Formula 1, for the simple reason that, okay, I had to do one qualifying thing in order to join a team, but after doing that, I was into the racing. The only thing that did worry me is, longevity-wise, it seemed to me that it was a little bit easier. I found it a lot easier once I got the hang of the controls, that is. I'm going to put this down because I think I can see on the wall there that it's flashing light across and it might be hitting the lens. Once I got the hang of the cornering mechanics and the drifting, which initially was a real pain, once I got the hang of it, which didn't take long, it was actually quite fun. The only trouble was I never felt, once I was actually in the lead, I never felt that, I just thought, well, that was it. I've just got to go another lap and a half of this race. And it did make the end of the race really quite dull, unfortunately. And that is a shame. I mean, when I was in the lead in MotorStorm, and I am going to bring it back to that, because I'm going to bring it back to the previous stuff. It always felt that I was in danger of losing that lead at any second. With this, it just felt like it was just dull. Once I was in the lead, it was just dull, and it did actually start to feel a little bit slow. No, I don't know. I remember finding the PlayStation 1 era Ridge Racers a lot more difficult. You really had to get the cornering right in order to win a race, and you usually weren't in the lead until, right quite towards the end of the race. But with this one, I think maybe it is just a touch on the easy side. Now, I'm not saying that's a problem, but I would find that quite dull, personally. I don't want a game that's overly challenging, but I don't want one that's too easy either. I think maybe the balance is a little bit skewed on easiness. But then saying that, I could always turn the difficulty up, and that wouldn't be a problem. Now, I think it's perfectly fine. I think, if you can find this at a reasonable price, I think it's perfectly fine. Unfortunately, like I mentioned in the introduction to this game, it is difficult to find this at a reasonable price, and I don't know why. Because as far as I'm aware, they did do a platinum version of this, so that means there's 500,000 copies? So it shouldn't be that difficult to find, and it shouldn't be that expensive, but this, for some reason, is on the expensive side. But I'd say, yeah, why not? Give it a go. But do bear in mind, this is not a simulation racer. This is not your Gran Turismo. This is an arcade racer. And the controls are as such. The other thing I will say is that I think, just by the way the controls work, I think a racing wheel might cause you more problems for this game than it would solve. So I would say probably just stick with the original controller. This is not going to make you think that you're Michael Schumacher. This is just going to make you think you're playing a game however way you play it. And that's about it. It's a good laugh, but it's not as good as it could be. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. As a game, nothing wrong with it. A perfectly legitimate purchase for the PlayStation 3 as far as I'm concerned. And that's it. So, yeah. We actually got to a proper review there after doing a placeholder and then one that didn't work at all. So, with that in mind, I'm going to say again the same stuff I'm going to do at the end of every single one of these videos. You are going to get fed up with it, but like, subscribe, Twitter, comment, all the usual internet gubbins. You know how this goes. And it is going to sound like I'm begging for subscribers, but I've actually lost a subscriber. I checked today, and I've lost a subscriber, and I don't know why. But then obviously by the time this is uploaded, that was 2 weeks ago. So maybe I've gained 2 in that time. So I don't know. But yeah, so do subscribe because it does actually help me out. Now, I literally make pence from my YouTube channel. I mean it is like tuppence a month that my YouTube channel makes. Even though some of my stuff has got a couple of hundred views on it. But every little helps, every subscription helps, every comment helps, and every like and all of that all helps. Because to be fair, it's not as if I haven't got money to burn. Don't be ridiculous. Nobody has. But I am hoping that obviously I'm going to have. There's quite an investment in games that I'm going to have to get in order to continue to do these, and I mean it was probably stuff I was going to buy anyway. But it is a nice little help to know that if I'm going to go to the effort of doing these things, that people actually watch them and like them. And of course, because these videos are all monetized, all right, it's only pence that I get from them, but every little does help. Now, it's not so bad at the moment because a lot of the early games are 25 to 50 pence a game, but as things go forward, stuff starts to get quite expensive quite quickly for this console. So, like I say, it's a little thing just to subscribe or do a thumbs up, but if you can, it does actually help me out as far as YouTube is concerned with the content being monetized. So that's it. I'm not going to do a proper long beg for a few videos yet, but I think I'll throw it in there every once in a while just so we're all on the same page. Yeah, and that's it. That's the end of the Ridge Racer 7 review. So go and if you find it cheap, go and buy it. If it's a bit expensive, it might not be worth it, and go for something else instead. But as games go, it's better than average, I'd say. And that's it.